Hello, welcome to this Redstone tutorial video on a Minecraft slot machine. The slot machine does not have any commands, and it works in 1.18 on both Java and Bedrock Edition. So, this is not my design. This is a variation of a design. It's a much simpler design of a I forgot the person's name, but I will leave his video link in the description below if you want to go check that out. So, the way the slot machine works is you pull down this lever and you basically wait for the slot machine to stop. So, it goes up instead of down. Not that much of a difference, but not sure anyone's going to care about that. And it stops going from right to left. Yet again, don't think anyone's going to care about that. So, as you can see, this one already stopped on the iron. This one has stopped on gold. And this one stopped on diamond. So this was a relatively fast design, but if you want to make it go slower, you can. I'll show you how when we get to that part. And so in order to reset it, you have to flip this lever up and wait for this redstone lamp to be turned off in order to start the machine again. So as you can see, there are things firing, and it's a third piston tracks. Yep. This redstone lamp should turn off and the machine should be ready to go again. So let's get straight into the build. So what we're going to need for this build is one lever, 2 redstone comparators, 9 pistons, 3 sticky pistons, 12 redstone repeaters, 6 blocks of obsidian, 3 hoppers, 7 redstone torches, 43 redstone dust, 1 dropper, 16 pieces of glass, your block choice that you want. Mine is smooth quartz, and a redstone lamp. This is an option, or you can just kind of wait the amount of time, the 3 pistons. And I suggest that you use colored wool to mark off your circuits so you don't get confused, so it doesn't all look like one big clump of stuff. So if you need to troubleshoot or fix anything, this is a really nice way to keep track of that. So let's get straight off into the build. And what we're going to want to do first is make an 11 by 5, 11 wide by 5 tall, basically wall. 1, 2. So I'm going to make this 2 blocks off the ground just because I'm in a world that I can. And I'll be right back when I have finished this wall. So, whoosh. Alright. So I finished this wall. It is 11 wide by 5 tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So what you're going to want to do to get started is come down to the bottom right hand corner. This is going to be the front of your wall. So you're going to want to come down to the bottom right. Count 1, 2, 3. Go 1. Place this lever. And then you're going to want to come to the back of it. So you're facing it like this. Come to the bottom left. Count 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to make this out of pink wool. And 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. Just like this. Goes behind the lever. And 1 down. You're going to want to put redstone dust right there on top of the pink wool. And you're going to want to make an L shape like this. So there's a block right next to the redstone dust. Then you're going to want to put a redstone torch on the other side of this block, like so. So when you turn this redstone or lever on in the down position, this redstone torch shuts off. Just That's the way it's supposed to happen. So, and what you're going to want to do from here is you're going to want to put temporary blocks down. So you're going to want, I'll just use this pink wool. So you're going to want to put 2 temporary blocks like this. You're going to want to crouch and place the hopper facing this direction. So if you just placed it normally, I guess it would have just gone into it. But I like to crouch and place this hopper into this block. Destroy these 2 temporary blocks. And crouch. It's very important that you crouch. You're just going to open the hopper. Crouch and place the hopper like that, so they're both feeding into each other. From here, you're basically going to want to crouch again. Make sure that you crouch so you don't open the hopper. And you're going to want to put a redstone dust right underneath this torch on top of this hopper, like so. And then you're going to want to put any block or item of your choice in there. Mine's just going to be redstone. Now you should notice that this redstone is basically stuck here. This is because this redstone torch is powering this. So this hopper is locked. If we turn the redstone machine on, you should notice that it goes back and forth between the 2 hoppers because they're feeding into each other. So let's turn this off. So now for our next circuit, we're going to want to change colored wools. Let's go with red. I like red. And we're going to want to, since I built this 2 blocks up, but I don't know where this is in your base, you're going to want to put a redstone comparator facing this way. You're going to want to come to this side against the hopper and place this redstone comparator. So it's going to basically take or sense when there's an item in this hopper right here. Then you're going to want to put a redstone dust right here. So you're going to want to make another little L shape. Yet again, don't know where this is in your base. I had to make an L shape, but if you do not, and then place a block right here. So this little L shape with a block coming off of this comparator like that. So what you're going to want to do next, I'm going to change wools again because it's much simpler. I'm going to use lime wool this time. Then I'm going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks with lime wool coming off of this one. So right below the comparator, I'm going to want to skip a block and do 6 blocks in a row. Then you're going to want to put a redstone repeater, making sure that it's all the way on 4 ticks. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 ticks. It's very important that that's on 4 ticks. I will show you why in a minute. You're going to want to skip a block, put another block here, go here. There's another repeater. Also make sure it's way at the end, all the way on 4 ticks. And make sure this repeater right here. So you're going to want to skip a block, repeater, skip a block, repeater. Make sure that this one is on 2 ticks as well. So what you're going to want to do is do 1, 2, up 1, 1, 2, up 1, 1, 2, up 1, off of every in-between block of the repeaters, and then place redstone like so. So kind of looks like a little hand. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't. And then you're going to want to put redstone torches on this last block. So when you turn this machine on, you're going to want to see this happen basically. The redstone torches are basically flickering at random increments of time based on when this redstone dust enters this hopper. This picks it up, and then that turns this on, which then puts a signal down to here. Let me shut this machine off. And let me go to a piston. You're going to want to get your regular pistons out. and place them on the edge of this block facing inwards. So like 1, 2, 3. You're going to want to place 3 pistons facing this way and put down temporary blocks here. You're going to want to put down 3 pistons facing up here. So what that basically does, this puts them into this position. So I will show you why the timing on the repeaters is so important now. That's because it does the pistons. Yeah, I need to shut them off. Yeah, it's basically just the right amount of time where it can push every single block over one and out. But just in case, we're going to put down 3 pieces of obsidian. Down 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Just in case they get out, but they shouldn't. This obsidian is kind of optional, but I like to put it in anyways. So our next circuit, we're going to use orange wool for this one. It's going to be right on top of this redstone torch right here. And you're going to want to put another redstone torch facing this hopper. So it looks something like this. And you're going to want to put another orange wool here. And another torch right there. So it looks a little something like this. And from here, you're going to want to get a piece of orange wool, if I suggested. You're going to want to place a redstone dust on top of that, so orange wool on top of the redstone torch, dust on top of this wool. Then you're going to want to basically come off this torch again, place another piece of redstone dust here, and up here again, this is a temporary block, and come again with a piece of redstone. So it should look something kind of like this. So off of this redstone torch, place a block, place a redstone torch off of that block, and on top of, or facing towards this hopper, on top of this block, put a redstone torch, put a block on top of that redstone torch, with a piece of redstone on top of that, come down 1 to the side, put a piece of redstone, and come up, put a piece of redstone. And then basically you're going to want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So it kind of looks something like this. And then you're going to want to, on the very end, about 1, and on each of them, and do the same thing that we did below. Right there. So then just get redstone, put it all on these blocks right here. And then you're going to want to get your redstone repeaters and put them right there. Make sure these bottom ones are all the way laid. So they look something like this. Then you're going to want to get your pistons. Place your last 3 regular pistons down like this. And you're going to want to get your sticky pistons and place them off the edge of them. So let's just place temporary blocks here. Sticky piston there, there, and there. And now what you're going to want to do is to come back over, hopefully you color coordinated this, to the pink section of your redstone comparator. And let's just make this yellow and put a block on top of this with a redstone torch on top of it. So it's like this. Yeah. And dropper. So just move this obsidian and place it on the edge of this block right here. Get your hopper, crouch, and place your hopper facing into this dropper, like so. And last but not least, you're going to want to put a piece of redstone right there. So this is the stopping mechanism, and I will explain to you what to put in this dropper in a minute. But let's change colors again, between rules. And you're going to want to come off of this redstone torch, like so, and place a redstone comparator coming out of here, like so, with a piece of redstone, like so. So it should look something like this. And then what you're going to want to do is get your block of choice and put a block there and there. And it will become apparent why in a second. So you're going to want to get your glass. Very important that this is glass because redstone has a unique ability to go down glass in a way that it will not with any other block. So you're going to want to put glass right there, over that blue, and just zigzag it all the way down. And once it gets to the bottom of this 11 by 5 area, you're going to want to zigzag it the other way until then. So something like that, maybe. Got to put glass, but that's not as important. And then you could use red here too. And then you're going to want to place your redstone going down. So this is what I mean by unique ability. And then you're going to want to put a redstone repeater here. You can, doesn't matter the delay, but I just like it at 2 or 1 tick. So it should look something like this. Now, the last step, or close to the last step, is to get your obsidian and place them off of each one like this, or each piston like this, and then fill in the gaps in between, because you're going to want to do that, because for redstone reasons, yada yada yada. And then off of this, you're going to want to go up and out. Put a redstone repeater here, redstone repeater here. I'm very bad at explaining things. So it looks something like this. And yeah, I don't know what kind of pattern this is, but it works. So then, what you're going to want to do is let's just put in a temporary floor here. So this is going to be your floor. If you have a floor, great. I'm just making a really quick temporary floor. And then what you're going to want to do is just break these blocks. Or you can only have one block too if you want. Doesn't make a difference. Or you can leave this empty, or you can put glass panes or glass. In this case, I'm just going to use glass. Like so. So you can see when all of the blocks are in. And you can see when you would win. Or you can do it like, yeah, 1, 1, 1, only have one visible, making it much harder to win. And now your slot machine is basically done, or the redstone is anyways. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put 7 blocks. It has to be 7. In this case, I'm just going to use this wool because it's what I have in my inventory at the time. And right, how many pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's put a 7. So you could either do this all the same or different. Actually, this is going to be very confusing. Yeah. Basically, you're going to want to put a pattern like this, like that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7. And once you have that in, you're going to want to do is come over to this dispenser or dropper here. And so here's what I did, or you can do anything that you want. You can do just however many just single item blocks are going to take, but I'm going to also give you a list of items that you can put in 1 second. So you're going to want to get a water bucket, 16 ender pearls, 16 snowballs, and 16 blocks of your choice. So the reason why we have all these items is because a water bucket is going to take up 3, like 1, 2, 3. So it's going to light all these up at once. And the ender pearls light, I believe, 2 up. And the snowballs and the hay light only 1 up. And the reason why you want the snowballs is because I think they light up a little bit more than the hay or block of your choosing. I would just choose hay because it's a block. It's 9 singular items stacked up into a block, so it's a little more randomized. So yeah. And the last thing that you're going to want to do is get this redstone lamp. Tap 1 block up from the lever that you placed and place it right there. And that is basically going to make it so whenever this shuts off, this redstone lamp shuts off, allowing you to start the machine again. And what you got is just to place a redstone dust on top of this thing. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is basically turn it on and make sure this machine is running properly. And if everything works, then you'll know it's running properly, and everything is, as you can see by the lights flickering. Now this would have been a lot better if I had just put blocks in, but I'm too lazy for that. And we're just waiting, and yep. And then just flip this lever back. And this basically is the machine. So quick fly around, make sure you have everything. So make sure that these 4 are on 4 tick. These are on 1 tick. These delays do not matter. It could be anywhere. This delay does not matter. And again, it could be anywhere. The only delays that matter are this one. This has to be 4 tick. This one has to be all the way back, 4 tick. And this one has to be one tick or 2 ticks. So yes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this redstone tutorial. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments. So goodbye.